Good hello, welcome to Onionskin. I've been thinking recently, is it possible to make a functioning portal inside of Harmony? First things first, I'm going to need to make an object to put through the portals. So I'll just make a completely random shape. There we go. I'm going to need two other layers called orange portal and blue portal. To draw them, I think I need to turn on snapping to grid. So that then, with the grid on and an empty drawing created on the first frame of both of those layers, then I should be able to easily draw blue portal and the orange portal on each respective layer and have it meet up perfectly in the middle, just like that. I'll make them nice and thick and fill each with green. The interior is essentially going to become like a bit of a pocket universe, right? So I'm going to head over to the drawing view now so I can look at each layer at a time. I'm going to do a couple of things. First, I'm going to cut the fill from the line art and send it down to the color art sublayer by just pasting it down there, and then head back to the line art again. And I need to trim this box down so that it is the portal size. It's just what I want it to be. There's a few ways I could do it, but I think I'm just going to trim with the eraser at around number 7 on either end. That'll let me delete the rest with no consequences. Repeat the same thing on the other side, and back in the camera view, I have this. So now, to do some experimentation. Hopefully, this is where the magic will come in. I'm going to switch my viewfinder over to being basically the opposite, because most of my attention is going to be on the nodes now. So I've got a secondary camera up here in the top left, just for peeking at stuff. I'll expand the node library all the way up. And what are we going to need? We're going to need a line art, color art, cutter, and an apply peg transformation. That'll be enough to get us started. All three of these things are going to need a peg, Control-Shift-P to create those. And I'll rewire this so that the cube is on top so we can test as we go by moving the cube through our portal. All right, first things first, I'm going to copy and paste my line arts. So now only the line art of each layer is being shown. Pocket universes are now hidden. So we can see the orange one is back there. And I want the cube to only be visible within the color art of both of these. So where do I go to from here? I think let's push the orange portal out to the side. So our goal here is that when the cube goes in, it will immediately appear out the other side. I think all I might need to do is put the apply peg transformation under each one, move the peg from being on top to below. So far that's going to perform the same action. If there is a composite below the blue portal but before this transformation and cube just so happened to live there, then that means moving the portal around will move the cube with it, and moving the cube inside will go to the other end. If I replicate that on both sides, I get something like this. So now we can see that if orange portal goes all the way over here, we have two instances. As it passes through one, it passes through the other. There's still only one instance of cube, but it goes to two different destinations, creating a duplicate. So now all I should need to do is mask them inside each other's respective color art. And that's pretty easy to do. Just need to move the cube up here, get the color art next to the orange portal, and a cutter. The thing I want to reveal is the cube going through the middle, just like so. And I want it to be revealed, so I invert the mask. And where do I want it to reveal? Inside the mat. That one's going to disappear because it's on the right hand side. And if I repeat that for the blue portal, color art is the mat going into the left, and the cube gets revealed through the middle. Alrighty, I think now our portal is functioning. If I pick up the cube and move it left through one, there it goes, it appears through the other side. So I now need to switch their layering over so that it appears behind the portal. But there we go, as soon as it goes through one, it appears out the other. Now wherever I move my orange portal, even if I rotate it around, the cube will teleport straight through it. Look at that, woo! And there you go, nice simple build. Give it a go. Nice one to experiment with to get some compositing fundamentals down. Working files available on the Patreon as always if you want to experiment with this. And you can learn a lot just from tinkering with it, see where it breaks and where it holds together, stuff like that. Oh, and by the way, when putting together the thumbnail for this video, would you believe this ended up being a more elaborate build than the actual main content itself? So I've tidied up the working file for this one and chucked it up on the Patreon as well. If you're interested in other wacky contraptions, consider this one here, where I managed to make something automatically rigid and yet floppy at the same time. Moving this character at just the base, the head automatically gets some drag.